Good evening, everyone. Jai Gurudev. This is Ravi Prakash again, the head of Department for Central Training and Placement Cell for CC University. I know we have started speaking about specialization for the first day. We have covered finance, marketing, human resource, and a unique specialization called good governance and public policy. Today, we are going to talk about very important two specializations which the young generation wanted to look at. The one is business analytics and second is operations. Operation in the very simpler form is about designing of the product, and the entire supply chain will be covered about it. And then business analytics talk about this real integration of technology and management. We have a very expert panel today with us. We have Dr. Bhagirathi Nayak. I'm very privileged to introduce him today. He's more than 2 decades in the field of computer science, academic administrations, database designer, developer, and pedagogic. He started his career from Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. Professor Nayak is presently working in CC University as a professor, program coordinator of Master of Business Administration, and chairman of IPR committee. He published more than 45 articles in reputed international journals and has written 4 books that were published in Macmillan Allied Publisher, Wiley Taylor, and Francis Group. He has also obtained 7 patents in the area of computer science and engineering. Professor Nayak on the prestigious Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Professional Excellence Award in Data Science from the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Research Center. He's also awarded Best Professor of Data Science in Odisha. For his significant contribution to data science, he was awarded the Best Researcher in Technological Conclave 2019. He'd also been awarded the Research and Innovation Award of the Year on the occasion of National Summit 2020 at New Delhi. His award was recognition for the work he's undertaking in the industry academia engagement, popularizing data science and making business analytics accessible to the student and industry leaders. 4 PhD scholars have been awarded and 6 are undergoing this study under his supervision. A partial listening of project include bioinformatics of Departments of Biotechnology, Government of India, Department of MSME, and Paradigm Port Trust Odisha. His area of research interest lies in data mining, big data analytics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. Dr. Bhagirathi Nayak, sir, I welcome you to the session today. Okay, because of some technical problems, maybe he was not able to connect. We have another panel with us. Let me introduce, and then we'll come back to Dr. Nayak to start the conversation with. We have an amazing personality here. Dr. Alok Kumar Sahai, holds an MTech from IIT Roorkee and a PhD from Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore. Obtained his PhD from National Law University, Jodhpur in Commodity Future Trading. He teaches productions and operation management, supply chain management, and service operation management at CC University. Dr. Sahai has extensive corporate experience in general management, has 11 years of experience teaching MBA students in 3 different universities. Leading the operations management area at CC University, Dr. Sahai brings a rich corporate academia experience to the classroom. Sir, I warmly welcome you to the session today.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you very much.
We have introduced all to faculty right now. One, I always feel very great when I introduce my own students who got graduated from the campus and working with the corporates. Mr. Bhavi Kanotia got graduated. He's the batch from 2017-19, a gold medalist in operation management, working with Simple Hotel as business analyst. Bhavik, we welcome you to the session today.
Thank you so much, Ravi sir.
Welcome. So first question goes to Dr. Sahai. Dr. Sahai, why one should, we have a different popular specializations, why one should study operations and why one should study operation at CC University? Your answers now.
Okay, that's a very good question. See, I will tell you at the outset that operations, when we say operations activity, or the operation actually is encompassing entirely, right, roughly I would say 65 to 70% of all the managerial costs. So whatever costs are there in management or any other operation, the operation functions, whether it is marketing function, whether it is warehousing, whether it is designing, whether it is raw materials, whether it is inventories, whether it is finished goods, or to the customer, whatever we are bringing to customer, then there is a MRO also, that is maintenance and repair. Everything comes into this thing, and it makes up around 65 to 70% of the entire business cost. So operations is something which is very important. I will say that this is the last mile where do you cut the money? Where do you cut the cost? So when you have to cut the cost, you have to cut the cost probably in the operational thing. So operational efficiency is something which most of the companies are trying to achieve. The Japanese have shown the way. Japanese actually, the Japanese as compared to the American, they were very, very efficient, and they innovated in many ways in the operational efficiency in the manufacturing. So, today if you see, every company is following the Japanese, ways of manufacturing. So that is the importance of operations, I would say. And coming to what we do at SSU and how it is different or how it is better than others, I would say that in SSU, the first thing is that our batch size, the people who are majoring in operations, that is very small. So the attention span, the time or the attention that the faculty can give to the individual student is much larger. That is one thing. Second thing is we are having the case study method. So in the case study method, the students can actually see how the application of what they have learned in the class is coming. That is the second thing. Third thing is we also have this industry experts coming in and talking to the students. And finally, probably that is common to some other institute. We take our students for the industrial visits so they can go and actually see how things are working. So whatever they are learning in the class is being augmented by the industry experts, and again it is augmented further by the industry visits. So that is, in a nutshell, I would say that is how it sets us apart from other institutes.
Okay.
Back to Ravi.
All right. So
Yeah.
you're talking about because our size is very limited because we take only good people in the operation management because they can handle
Yes.
it. So span of attention is very unique
It's very unique. It's very unique, and the teacher-student ratio is also very favorable for the students.
Right. So for the BS side, Dr. Naik, I could not be able to join us, maybe some problem with the technicality here. So now question goes to Bhavik. Bhavik, you have studied business analytics, working as a business analyst right now. The pedagogy which you actually gone through here at SSU helped you to get the campus placement in Simplotel, and you're still working for so long. So is it really helping you to grow professionally?
Yes, Ravi sir. So, what we have learned in Simplotel, as Alok sir pointed out very well, the case study specifically. So, I have got a lot of questions in past, why should we do an MBA, or why should we do an MBA from Shishi University for business analytics? We can do an outside course. We can learn how to utilize data, how to do the data, how to use data mining techniques. We can learn codes and we can do it by ourselves. So what happens is, see, business analytics is when actually, you analyze the data from the past, you make predictions about the future, and then you imply it into a business. So when this portion comes, when you have to imply it into a business, there is where your MBA or all your case studies play a role. Because what happens is, see, this won't come without having an experience. What happens is, this case studies do give you an insight of this experience. They tell you what others have experienced and what you should do or what you should not do. That is the first thing, right? Second thing, why SSU has helped me, and the reason why I've been continuing in Simplotel for so long is, so, business analytics, communication is one of the most important things when you consider business analytics. Now, people will ask, why is this so? So, when you are a business analyst, you are also a consultant to someone, and someone will only listen to you if your communication is good. I can have the best point on the earth, but if I'm not able to say the way it should be said, the person will not buy it. He'll not be able to understand this. So, we had this multiple presentations going on in SSU. Like each and every week, we had some or the other presentation which comes up in Shishi University. I remember the first day when, the first time when I had given a presentation, I had prepared for almost 3 to 4 hours. And I remember I remember by last year when I used to give presentations, it was almost instantaneous. Like I used to just look at the things once and I used to give that presentation. So this is the difference, that has been there. And because of that, what I'd learned there, now when I give presentation in front of my clients, I'm not afraid of that. I can tackle spontaneous questions because I was trained how to tackle these questions. Over to you, sir.
Oh, Bhavik, well said. My takeaway from the conversation which we had is the way the corporates are going to function. We actually prepare, SSU prepares students well in advance so that, we can compete with those challenges and which are coming ahead. What I rightly mentioned, I mean, this is something called holistic development we talk about. It's not about developing a particular skills. It's about developing multiple skills to make you multitasker. Thank you very much for sharing that. I will come back to Dr. Sahai because Dr. Naik anyhow is not able to connect because of technical problems. Dr. Sahai, very important question to you. Operations, when most of the people look at, they understand that the people coming from other background will not be able to do it because it is only made for engineers. It is presumed that. Sir, what is your input about it?
Okay, that is a probably it is correct. What happens when you go for specific operational functions? It helps if you are having a better understanding of the mathematics. Some mathematics always comes. So there are number crunching, there are numbers. So whether it is finance or engineering, finance or operations, it is said that engineering people, they do better. The companies are having some bias. Compared to someone who is having a BA or BCom. Suppose someone is coming with a BA history or BA honors in economics, he might not be as good or as recipient of the information that we are giving in operations. So suppose in operations we are having the compulsory paper is production and operations. So that is a compulsory paper for all. When we talk about the service operation, that also can be taken by anyone. But when we talk about advanced material management, so when we talk about the advanced material management, there it becomes a little complicated. So, so that is why operations, we have two papers, we can have the major and minor. So if you are having minor papers, we are having something which is of a common interest. But major papers probably are more suited to someone who is having an engineering background. And sometimes the companies also, they have a bias for the engineering students. If you are having an engineering degree, because it said that if you are having a BTech plus MBA, that is more saleable. It is partly a myth. It is not always true. As we have seen many students coming in the panel with you. You have seen not every one of them is an engineer, but it is believed. That is how the belief is there. So I cannot change the belief of the system. But yes, if you have to go into the hardcore operations, it helps to have an engineering degree. That is true. That is true. Over to you.
All right. So you're saying that somebody coming from an engineering background, it would be easier for them to pick up what the curriculum has been made for.
Exactly.
Right.
The advanced papers like advanced operations research, that is all mathematics. So if you are going into if you're going into the transportation problem, if you are going into if you plan to go into the engineering side, it is always better if you have a technical degree. But yes, if you are going into service operations, if you are going into production operations, that is the basic, that is the core. So the core is given to everyone, whether you are having a BA history or BA honors or BCom or a BTech. For that, POM is a basic subject, production and operation, that is the core subject. So that is for all. Specializing or majoring in operations, it is always helpful if you have a technical degree.
So when you say technical degree, so for somebody who's coming from a certain kind of BSc degree, or maybe we have some degrees called BA Science and BA in Maths. Those people also will be able to pick up operations when they join?
Yes, definitely. Because like I said, there is some kind of mathematical input is there. So if there are some people who get scared the moment they see some equations and numbers, they get scared. It is not for them. It is not for the weak-hearted. I would say that operations is not for the weak-hearted. If you faint at looking at the numbers, then it's not for you. Then probably HR would be, at the risk of angering my friends in HR. I would say that then probably HR is for you. But HR, you don't have much number crunching. I don't know, maybe Bhavi can tell. If it comes into the business analytics with HR, probably again there'll be some numbers and some computers, some algorithm will be there. But in operations, when we come, yes, definitely you have to. I mean, Bhavik is smiling. I think he's thinking that today when you have the computers, you don't have to do everything. Number crunching, you don't have to do. You just have to press the keys. But it always helps to have this knowledge. Suppose you are trying to design a system, a transportation system, then you have to have that kind of, if you are having engineering background, what happens is when we see the engineering students in our class, it is much easier to convey to them. So whatever we are communicating, it goes easily into them. Whereas for others, it takes a little more effort. It is just a matter of effort, how much effort you want to put. MBA is all about effort. I would say that MBA program, I would just say, it is not related to operations, but I would say MBA is like going to a buffet. So you go, you fill your plate. Whatever you want, you fill there. And how much ever you want. So what you want, you can fill the plate as per that. Right. So that is the thing. Over to you. I think Bhagirathi sir is joining in.
Yeah, that's what but the statement is very correct, sir. You say it is not for weak-hearted people. I mean, the statement is so strong and so committed because that's what we are different. We don't actually commit something which is actually not fact. We are committing which is actually fact. We are saying that people who really wanted to understand numericals only can pursue operations. So thank you very much for sharing that. We have Dr. Bhagirathi Naik with us right now. Sir, thank you very much for joining us. Dr. Naik, thank you very much for joining us. Are you there?
Am I audible?
Sir, you are audible, sir.
Oh, Jai Gurudev.
Welcome to the
Jai Gurudev,
session.
Mr. Ravi. Jai Gurudev, Mr. Ravi. Jai
So,
Gurudev,
sir, we
sir.
have already started the
Sir.
session. We have already gone ahead, but then we have asked certain questions to Dr. Sahai for operations, and the Bhavik has joined, sir. He passed from business analytics, working with Simplotel as business analyst right now. And
Hello,
you are
Bhavik.
the faculty who trained him. He has a lot of gratitude for you. So, sir, the first question comes to you. Why one should study business analytics as a part of their MBA specialization when there are popular specialization like marketing, finance, HR? And why the BA from SSU? So your answer.
Mr. Ravi, basically business analytics is like a field. This is a practical field which is combined data information and information technology, statistical analysis, quantitative method, and computer-based method modeling you have to do for that company. So now business analytics, the process combined technology, skill, industry based, you have to do the best practice to determine the future business planning, right? So this is like a business analytics, very, very important. Business analytics is the methodology or tools, you can say. It makes the sound the commercial decision, and you have to take the good decision making system in taking the past data and future data, like you have to do that in the future. That's why business analytics improve the probability of the business, basically. So what we have to, that's why, so what we have to in Sri Sri University, the business analytics is in other universities, what they are doing, the business MBA in business analytics separate course is there. Like, so that is for the 2 years course. But in our university, what we are providing for the general MBA students, they can get the chance to do the business analytics. So just the business analytics means those are having like a major or minor, both facilities is there. They can do that one. And you can say like others, like those are taking that finance or marketing or HR. Nowadays in the market, in a scenario, without practical knowledge, only you can read that business I mean, like HR or marketing or finance. You can't do anything. You have to come to the practical things. So now analytics is very, very important for those guys. Those are not doing on a business MBA in a business analytics, but they are doing the business and MBA in a general management. So general management means you have to do this analytic also. You have to know the HR analytics, how you will do the HR analytics, like payrolls, like this kind of the thing. And finance, how we can do the predict that financial model like this. So you have to do this business analytics. This is the very, very important for the like current scenario of the business analytics. According to this, we have think about it. So we have to introduce the business analytic for in our university. So Nida, we have included last 3 years, like, the Bhavik also there, and he has passed out from the Sri Sri University. And what we are teaching in that, in a different kind of the things, it is the unique from these other universities.
Right. So the takeaways of future business planning is what the business analysts look at, and that's what the future of business practices are going to happen.
Yeah. So basically, that scope is very, very bright, very like wider scope is there for business analytics. So business analytics, where the range, the application of uses, it can be used the descriptive analysis, which the data utilization, understand and present situations, through statistical analytics or the such computer-based modeling, like one you can say data mining techniques. Now, AI and like ML also coming, artificial intelligence and machine learning. How we can integrate it within that in that business, that you can do in the business analytics. And we are doing like in our university also, like our course structure also like that. We are doing according to like that, so that a student can understand it easily, and they can use this business analytic in all their major like marketing or like finance or whatever it.
Sir, I'm very glad. I'm sure viewers who are looking at this particular session and listening to you, they are actually super confident that the future of business practices are artificial intelligence and machine learning, and we are super ready to train our students according to the market standards. So
Definitely.
thank you very much for sharing. Immediate next question to you. Sorry, you joined a little late, so I have a next question ready for you. I have seen, this is my experience, I'm speaking to a lot of MBA aspirants outside. Most of the people wanted to take BA as one of their specialization, although they have not come from any science and technical kind of a background, even though they're coming from art, humanities, other science background, but they really wanted to look at business analytics to take one of their specialization. Your comments are, is it good for other undergraduate background to take it, or only engineers can pick it up?
No, Mr. Ravi, I am not agree with that. Other disciplines cannot take this business analytics. It's not like that. What we are teaching in whatever the curriculum is that, whatever the market aspect is there, what is the like industry is needed. According to like that, we have developed our course structure. So now we are teaching according to like that. It's not like that the science background is needed, or like mathematics background is needed, or engineering background is needed. So we are teaching all these kind of things. The analytics process is a very, very easy, and it is a, like a visualization software. Lot of softwares is available and now market, and we are teaching which softwares the industry are using. It's not like even business analytics or data analytics what they are thinking. So it's something like that. The mathematics is needed, some coded is we have to write because the computer science guys are doing that. It's not. It's that different. The business analytics and data analytics, data science is a totally different things. Because data science, you have to do the background of the engineering. You have to know the knowledge of the programming, and you have to know the knowledge of the coding. So that kind of the things is the data science. But business analytics is you have to know the sense of the business, and how you can analyze it one. Little bit data is available in the market, or you can secondary data, or you can within the survey you can take the primary data. Within both the data you have to analysis, and for that analysis lot of software is there. That is the visualizing software. It's no need that much code. It's a little bit in Excel also you can do in advanced Excel. Forget about it, the big softwares. Through advanced Excel only you can learn to the advanced. General Excel, I think the class 10 student also knows. But nowadays in the advanced Excel you have to know how we can include in the advanced Excel in the macro. That is a little bit the VB program is there. Within that, the simple, no need that much code. Through Q formula you have to learn. According to that you can do that analysis. The predictive analysis also, descriptive analysis, and specific analysis, and forecasting analysis also you can do. And marketing decision making also you can do. Like we have teaching in statistical analytics like SAS. You are saying that SAS, SPSS is very simple, very simple. It's not a lot of softwares is there. And like I can say one or two softwares, it's a branding software. I don't want to say that company names, but lot of visualization software is there. So you can use some softwares is a free available also there. It's open source. In open source, like you can say like Python. People are saying the Python means a lot of code you have to write. No need. Big data analytics, we are doing the big data analytics, not at the normal analytics also. Big data analytics also we are teaching. But that also open source is there, lot of softwares. According to like that, how you can do in your big data means, the people that are huge kind of the data. Not only like that, that is the three type of the things is that 3 V's, now 5 V's also came. 5 V's means variety, velocity, and the data. So this kind of the things like what we can do in that kind of the software, how the open source is there in like big data analytics, that kind of the open source you can download in your laptop also. And that you can run in the simple coding like MySQL simple code, 3-4 code. And that within that code, you can analyze the big data analysis also within your laptop in a single node. That is a possible. If you
Right.
do, that is the nowadays the companies are mostly company are doing with the Excel also. The simple payroll you can say the for HR. So yesterday one call came to from our now present student 18-20 students. Those are joined in the HR. So now he is doing the analytics HR in his. He is saying, sir, it's very, very helpful for us what we are doing in our Excel. So they are doing in the Excel all the HR model in the Excel. So analytics is the future is very, 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 very bright. Who is doing in a business analytics? This is the provision we have giving in our general management, like major or minor, both you can take.
So thank you very much for sharing that. I mean, people will definitely get a lot of clarity what exactly these terms are involved and why they have to select BA to start their MBA program with. Sir, thank you very much for sharing that. Come back to Bhavik. Bhavik, very important question to you. You got a campus placement, being trained by such a eminent faculty, and then you start working with Simplotel as business analyst. How was your campus interview experience?
As I can tell you this, I had almost 5 to 6 interviews for this before I came to this company, and almost each and every interview that I had continued up till an hour or so. I still remember my interviews, right? Even right now I see, so right now after being into this company, it is the way opposite. We have been taking interviews to help our HR for my roles now. To hire more of our people, right? So what we have seen is, before, if you remember, before the companies were coming in, we had a lot of these sessions, training sessions, mock interview sessions, which were going on. A lot of these mock interview sessions has actually trained me, what should be my answers when I sit for an interview, what should be said, what should not be said. When you say something, what does that imply? What does that shows to the interviewer? When I look at interviews now, when I'm on the other end, when I'm taking the interviews, I remember my classes and I say, oh shit, you should have not said this. So I can see those differences, and this was the reason I was able to glide through those 5 or 6 interviews that I went through.
Right.
So that is the core of it. It is something that you have to